All right, let's just jump right in. Artificial intelligence, it's not some far-off concept or just a buzzword anymore. It's really the engine that's changing pretty much everything. Our jobs, our culture, even how we talk to each other. But as it grows faster and faster, we're seeing it's a classic double-edged sword. So today, we're going to break that down. The incredible promise on one side and the very real dangers on the other.
And, the craziest part is it's so woven into our lives that most of the time we don't even notice it's there. The AI in your phone isn't just for convenience. It's a super complex system that's constantly making decisions, quietly shaping your choices, and learning from every single thing you do.
Okay, so first things first. Let's just talk about where these systems are operating right now. Because a lot of the time, they're kind of hiding in plain sight, working away in the background of our day-to-day lives. I mean, we all know the big ones, right? The maps on your phone that find the fastest way home. That's AI. When you shout at your smart speaker to play a song, yep, that's AI too. And you know how your streaming service just knows what show you're going to love next? That's all AI, learning from what you do to predict what you'll want next.
So we see it everywhere, but what are we actually talking about when we say AI? The term gets thrown around to mean a whole bunch of different things. So let's just take a second and nail down a clear definition so we're all on the same page. So here's the textbook definition. At its core, it's all about making machines that can think a bit like we do. But, and this is a really big but, this isn't about creating conscious robots. It's about building systems that can do one specific human-like thing, like recognizing a face, understanding your voice, or making a really smart prediction.
And this distinction is maybe the most important one to get. Everything we have today, everything we're talking about, it's all in that narrow AI column. These are systems that are absolute geniuses at one specific task, but that's it. Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI, the kind of human-like thinking you see in the movies, that's still pretty much just a theory. So understanding this helps separate what's real today from all the hype.
Which brings us to the first edge of that sword, the incredible promise. How is this technology already making our world better and safer and just more efficient? Well, the ways it's being used are already pretty mind-blowing.
The impact is just huge. In healthcare, for instance, there are AI models that can look at a scan of your eye and spot signs of disease with an accuracy that's as good as, and sometimes even better than, a top human specialist. And we're seeing that same pattern everywhere, from finance, where it can spot a fraudulent purchase in a split second, to basically any business, where it helps everything run a little bit smarter.
This idea right here is just so powerful. I mean, think about it. In education, AI could create a totally unique, personal learning plan for every single student on the planet, changing in real time based on how they're doing. It's a tool that could seriously level the playing field for everyone.
But for all that amazing promise, there's a peril. And the other edge of that sword is seriously sharp. It's bringing up some of the trickiest ethical and social questions we've ever had to deal with. And we have to look at this side with our eyes wide open.
This is the big one, isn't it? The question that's on everybody's mind. As these AI systems get better and better, the worry about jobs being replaced is very, very real. It's not about every job disappearing tomorrow, but it is about a massive shift in how we work, and it's one that's going to force all of us to adapt and rethink what work even means.
And then there's the problem of bias, which is incredibly tricky. You see, an AI only knows what we teach it from data. So if the data we feed it is full of our own historical biases, and a lot of it is, the AI won't just learn those biases, it can make them even worse, and at a massive scale. It creates this huge accountability problem. When a biased algorithm denies someone a loan, who's to blame? The person who wrote the code? The company? The data itself?
And finally, of course, there's privacy. For an AI to do its magic, it needs a ton of data, and usually that means our personal data. This creates this constant tug-of-war between the amazing convenience AI gives us and our basic right to privacy. Figuring out where to draw that line is one of the single biggest challenges of our time.
So, with all that, where do we go from here? Look, this isn't about being pro-AI or anti-AI. It's not that simple. It's about being thoughtful. It's about recognizing that we are at a major crossroads, and the path we choose is going to require us to balance all this amazing innovation with a very real sense of responsibility.
And really, the way forward is this constant balancing act. You see it right here. We all want the innovation of automation. Well, that has to be balanced with the responsibility of retraining people for new kinds of jobs. We want the power of data-driven decisions. Okay, but that has to be balanced with fairness and being transparent about how those decisions are made. We love personalization, but it can't come at the cost of our privacy. These aren't separate things, they are two sides of the exact same coin. And this, right here, is the key takeaway. The future of AI isn't some tidal wave that's just going to wash over us. It's not something that just happens to us. We're the ones building the systems. We're the ones setting the rules and deciding on the ethics. The future of AI is something we are all creating together, right now.
So in the end, artificial intelligence is a tool. It's one of the most powerful tools humanity has ever created. And like any tool, it can be used to build or it can be used to destroy. The technology itself is neutral. The values we put into it, the choices we make about how to use it, that is what will define our future. The question isn't what AI will do. The real question is, what will we do with AI?